Tarantino is in my opinion one of the greatest directors in making funny movies. Sure, his movies are violent and he's not directly making comedies, but if you can ignore that it's not acceptable to laugh at violence and people that swearing, you can laugh your ass out of his movies. So as the cold-blooded motherfucker I am, I'm here to rank the 10 funniest scenes in Tarantino's movies in my opinion. Oh, and there will be some spoilers here, so look in the description down below if you want to avoid that. The format here will be, I'll give you some short backgrounds in what happened before the funny scene, and facts that is important for the joke. Then I show the scene in its entirety without any comments. Then we move on to the next one, and so on. So let's get started because I have a feeling this will take some time. After an intense and hard gangster morning where they almost got killed in their job, and where they shot some people both by intent and accidentally, they clean up the car very stressfully and they have to change their bloody clothes. Then they need to relax, so they just sit down and talking on a coffee shop.
I was amazed.
And here's my favorite part.
Want some bacon?
No, man, I don't eat pork.
Are you Jewish?
No, I ain't Jewish. I just don't dig on swine, that's all.
Why not?
Pigs are filthy animals. I don't eat filthy animals.
Yeah, but bacon tastes good. Pork chops taste good.
Hey, sewer rat may taste like pumpkin pie, but I'd never know because I wouldn't eat the filthy motherfuckers. Pigs sleep and root in shit. That's a filthy animal. I ain't eat nothing ain't got sense enough to disregard its own feces.
How about a dog? Dog eats his own feces.
I don't eat dog either.
Yeah, but do you consider a dog to be a filthy animal?
I wouldn't go so far as to call a dog filthy, but they're definitely dirty. But dogs got personality. Personality goes a long way.
So by that rationale, if a pig had a better personality, he would cease to be a filthy animal. Is that true?
Well, we have to be talking about one charming motherfucking pig. I mean, he had to be 10 times more charming than that Arnold on Green Acres, you know what I'm saying?
Reservoir Dogs is about a couple of hand-picked criminals who try to rob a diamond store when everything goes wrong. However, before they try to rob the store, they have a little conversation with each other. And don't worry, not every spot on this list will be people that like each other, talking to each other.
She looked like Christy Love. Remember that TV show, Christy Love, about the black female cop? She always used to say, "You under arrest, sugar."
What's the name of the chick who played Christy Love?
Pam Grier.
No, it wasn't Pam Grier. Pam Grier was the other one. Pam Grier did the film. Christy Love was like a Pam Grier TV show without Pam Grier.
So, who was Christy Love?
What the fuck should I know?
Great, now I'm totally fucking tortured.
Whoever it was, it doesn't matter. She looked exactly like Elois.
And Francis.
No, that was Honey West.
Aunt Frances is white.
Shut up. All right, I'm trying to tell a story here. She looked exactly like Elois. Anyway, I come into the club one night, and there's Carlos. He's the bartender. He's a wetback. He's a friend of mine. And I says to him, "Carlos, where's Lady E tonight?" And now apparently Lady E was married to a real piece of dog shit. I mean, a real fucking animal. He used to do things to her.
Well, do things. Like what? What would he do? He beat her up or something?
I don't know what he did. He just did things, all right? So anyway, one night, she plays it real cool. She waits for this bag of shit to get drunk. He falls asleep on the fucking couch. She sneaks up on him, and she puts some wacko glue on his dick and glues his dick to his belly.
No.
Hey,
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
serious, man. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. They had to call the paramedics to cut the prick loose, literally.
He could do some crazy things with it.
Was he all pissed off?
How would you feel if every time you had to take a piss, you had to do a fucking handstand?
Lieutenant Alderaan is leading an organization called the Basterds, which only purpose is to killing Nazis. When the Nazis attack this time around, they keep 2 soldiers alive. Here's Alderaan when he tried to convince one of them to give out some information about another Nazi troop. And if you can, try to listen very specific to the words he used, because they are very funny.
Either kill you or let you go. Up the road a piece, there's an orchard. Besides you, we know there's another crop patrol fucking around here somewhere. that patrol were to have any crack shots, that orchard would be a goddamn sniper's delight. So if you ever wanna eat a sauerkraut sandwich again, you gotta show me on this here map where they are. You gotta tell me how many they are, and you gotta tell me what kind of artillery they're carrying with them.
Back to Marvin and Pulp Fiction again. After Vincent accidentally kills Marvin, they have to tackle the literally bloody consequences. They have to clean and pick skullbones from their car, they have to clean themselves, but my favorite moment actually comes from when they have to watch their hands. See and enjoy.
We gotta be real fucking delicate with this Jimmy situation. I mean, he's one remark away from kicking our asses out the door.
Oh, if he does, what do we do?
Well, we ain't leaving till we made a couple calls, but I don't want it to reach that pitch. I mean, Jimmy's a friend. You don't come into your friend's house and start telling him what's what.
Yeah, well, just tell him not to be abusive, that's all. I mean, he kind of freaked out back there when he saw Marvin.
Well, put yourself in his position. I mean, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. He just woke up. He wasn't expecting this shit. I mean, shit, we gotta remember here who's doing who a favor.
You know, if that favor means that I gotta take shit, then he can stick that favor straight up his ass. I don't care.
Hey, fuck, nigga, what the fuck you just doing to his towel, man?
I was drying my hands.
Well, you supposed to wash them first.
Well, you watched me wash
I
them.
watched you get them wet.
I was washing them. This shit's hard to get off. Maybe if you had lava, I could have done a better job.
I used the same fucking soap you did, and when I finished the towel, it didn't look like no goddamn maxi pad. Now, what if he was to come in here and see his towel like this, Vincent? It's shit like this that's gonna bring this situation to a head, man.
We stay in Pulp Fiction. After the crazy morning, Vincent buys some drugs from a friend, more specifically heroin, and one of these drugs is worse than the others.
But this one is a little more expensive. This is 500 a gram. But when you shoot it, you will know where that extra money went. Now, there's nothing wrong with these two. This is real good shit. But this one is a fucking madman.
He tries some himself and drives to his boss Marcellus Wallace's wife, Mia Wallace. That is established earlier in the movie. When Vincent goes to a restaurant with Mia, he left his worst drug in her house on her table to try it later. Mia takes cocaine from time to time, and when Vincent is in the bathroom after the restaurant, she tries some. Of course, she takes an overdose. Because Vincent don't want to be killed by his boss and Mia's husband, he tries to save her. Vincent don't think he have time to drive to a hospital, so he drives directly to the man he bought his drug from, and here's when he arrived.
Dying on me, man.
Just dandy.
Okay, well then you bite the fucking bullet and you take her to a hospital and call a lawyer.
Negative.
This is not my fucking problem, man. You fucked her up. You fucking deal with this. Are you talking to me on a cellular phone? I don't know you. Who is this? Don't come here. I'm hanging up the phone. Prank caller. Prank caller.
Something I love with Django Unchained is how things that happens early in the movie reflects what happens later on. Django's reward, for example, saves him from being enchained for the rest of his life in a terrible mine. And put this in on your mind because it will be important for the funny scene that will come soon.
What's your name? Django. Can you spell it? D-J-A-N-G-O. The D is silent.
Well, after the Candyland massacre where the owner Calvin Candy dies, it's too big of a spoiler to tell how Django got captured. But by some smooth talk and an old reward, like I said before, he frees himself and returns to kill the rest of Candy's men. And here's when they meet Django after Candy's funeral.
Billy Crass. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. Last time I seen you, you had your hands on my...
Django! You black son of a bitch!
The D is silent here, Billy.
The most underrated Tarantino dialogue is probably the one from Death Proof. 3 of these cars are shoes to victims by stuntman Mike and his death-proof car, which you don't want to be. But right now they don't know that and now tell their friends about each other. And the artists have the pleasure to hear the story too.
Zoe, Kim, and I are in the Philippines at an outdoor rave.
What are you working on? 3 Kicks to the Head, Part 3.
And admittedly, we're a little fucked up.
Cheers to that.
Word.
Cheers. So, Zoe, the genius, wants to take a picture of me. It's dark as hell and you can't see shit. So she's got her camera and keeps saying, step back a little. So I do. Then a little further. So I step back a little further. Then a little more. So I do. Then I realize I'm right at the edge of a 7-foot concrete ditch with God knows how many rocks and broken bottles and rats in it. And if I fell in that fucking thing, I probably would have broken my fucking neck. So I'm yelling at her, Zoe, you almost killed me. So we laugh about it and walk a little further, and Zoe starts fucking around. And damn, if she doesn't fall in the fucking ditch.
Nice. Nice. Thank you. Yep, thank you. I remember taking a step, looking down, just as I'm thinking, oh, there's that ditch Abby was talking about. Bam, I'm in the fucking ditch, you know?
What happened? What, with Zoe the cat? Nothing. If I fell in that fucking thing, they would have had to helicopter me out of there. Zoe just lands on her feet. But then later, I started feeling a little bad about myself. I mean, Zoe falls in the ditch, and it's nothing. We're laughing about it. If I fell in that fucking thing, I probably would have been fucking paralyzed.
Oh, honey, you can't think like that, you know. We all have our individual talents, and that just happens to be one of Zoe's.
Yeah, well, physically speaking, Zoe is amazing. I mean, agility, reflexes, nimbleness. There's few human beings that can fuck with Zoe on that front.
Oh, Kim, I like you too.
Having said that, before you get too envious of Zoe's prowess, you're missing the most important part of that story. You didn't fall in the ditch. Zoe did. Zoe even knew there was a ditch there because you told her, and she still fell in.
The boxer Butch have a watch that means pretty much everything to him. It had been carried through 3 wars by Butch's dad, grandpa, and great-grandpa. And his dad had to wear it in his ass for
5 long years.
So you understand it means a lot to him. So when Butch break a business deal with the boss, Marcellus Wallace, that is very dangerous. Yes, me as husband and Vincent Dangerous boss. He and his wife have to flee from their apartment. Butch's wife forgets his watch and he ain't too happy about it.
Fire, but I specifically reminded you not to forget the fucking watch! Now think. Did you get it?
I believe so.
You believe so? What the fuck does that mean? You either did or you didn't get it!
Then I did.
You sure?
No.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck, motherfucker! You fucking... You know how fucking stupid you fucking are! No! It's not your fault. You left it at the apartment. You left it at the apartment. It's not your fault. I had to bring a bunch of stuff. Reminded you about it, but I didn't illustrate how personal the watch was to me.
Like in real life, Great Britain was fighting against Nazi Germany. Like in this movie, England got to know that Germany will show a movie called Nation's Pride by the German actress Brigitte von Hammersmark and want to infiltrate the cinema to kill a lot of important Nazis. To do so, they have, except for Brigitte, 3 men that is perfectly suited for the job, including that they can talk almost perfect German. Two of these come from the Alderain leader, the Bastards. However, after they accidentally reveal themselves to a German soldier, a shooting starts where Hammersmark survive, but all the 3 men dies. So now they have to come up with a plan B. One of the bastards called Donny Donovich come up with this genius idea.
We both speak a little Italian.
To which Alderain proudly responds,
Well, I speak the most Italian, so I'll be your escort. Donovan speaks second most, so he'll be your Italian cameraman. Omar third most, so he'll be Donnie's assistant.
I don't speak Italian.
Like I said, third best.
So now let's look at the final result.
Ich befürchte, dass keiner von Ihnen ein einziges Wort Deutsch spricht. Es sind Freunde aus Italien. Dies hier ist der hervorragende Sensationsdarsteller Enzo Gorlami. Ein sehr talentierter Kameramann, Antonio Margheriti, und Antonios Kameraassistent Dominique De Cocco. Signori, questo è un vecchio amico mio, Colonnello Hans Landa della SS.
Buongiorno.
Signori, è un piacere. Gli amici della vedetta ammirata da tutti noi, questa gemma propria della nostra cultura, saranno naturalmente accolti sotto la mia protezione per la durata del loro soggiorno.
Grazie.
Gorlomi? Lo pronuncio correttamente?
Sì, corretto.
Gorlomi? Per cortesia, me lo ripeti ancora.
Gorlami.
Mi scusi, con me?
Gorlami.
Ancora una volta.
Gorlami.
E come si chiama lei?
Antonio Margareti.
Ancora?
Margareti.
Un'altra volta, ma adesso vorrei proprio sentire la musica delle parole.
Margareti.
Margheriti. E lei?
Dominic De Cocco.
Come?
Dominic De Cocco.
Bravo.
The Hateful Eight is about 8 bad people trapped in a blizzard in an haberdashery. All these people have a story of why they are there, whether it be true or not, and all these men have a history of what they have done before. The dark masterpiece I will show you soon is all about the history of 2 of these people and how their lives are connected. First we have General Sandy Smithers, who have been a commander for the South in the Civil War. He hates black people and they have a son that have been missed for some years. Then we have Major Marquis Warren, who is a black Yankee that joined the Civil War to kill Southerners and who had a river on his head after burning down a building when he was captured in the Civil War, including killing dozens of people. His income comes from bounty hunting. So Major Warren wants to kill Smithers legally, especially when they have a hangman in the room. So here's what he do to try to succeed.
I don't mean snowy mountain Wyoming cold. It's colder than that. And on that cold day, with your boy at the business end of my gun barrel, I made him strip right down to his bass. Then I told him to start walking. I walked his naked ass for 2 hours before the cold collapsed.
You never even knew my boy? No, he didn't. He's just a sneaky nigger trying to get you to go for that gun.
Then he commenced to begging again. But this time, he wasn't begging to go home. He knew he'd never see his home again. He wasn't begging for his life neither, because he knew that was long gone. All he wanted was a blanket. Now, don't judge your boy too harshly, General. You ain't never been cold as your boy was that day. You'd be surprised what a man that cold would do for a blanket. You want to know what your boy did? I pulled my big black pecker out of my pants, and I made him crawl through the snow on all fours over to it. Then I grabbed me a handful of that black hair at the back of his head, and I stuck my big black Johnson right down his goddamn throat. And it was full of blood, so it was warm. Oh, you bet your sweet ass it was warm. And Chester Charles Smithers sucked on that warm black dingus for long as he could. Whoa! You starting to see pictures, ain't you? Yo, boy. Black dude's dingus in his mouth. Him shaking, him crying, me laughing. And him not understanding. But you understand, don't you, Sandy? I never did give your boy that blanket. Even after all he did. And he did everything I asked. No blanket. That blanket was just a heartbreaking lie's promise. Kind of like those uniforms the Union issued those colored troops that you chose not to acknowledge. So what you gonna do, old man? You gonna spend the next 2-3 days ignoring the nigga that killed your boy? Ignoring how I made him suffer. Ignoring how I made him lick all over my Johnson. Oh, the dumbest thing your boy ever did was to let me know he was your boy.